Yeah, this video is on Matthew chapter 25 and talking about what's going on in that chapter, specifically verses 36 to 51. So let's just read it and then discuss it afterwards. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken, the other left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken, the other left. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched, and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season? Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Verily I say unto you, that he shall make him ruler over all of his goods. But and if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken, the Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of, and shall cut him asunder, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So, who are these people, or what specifically is this talking about, that day and hour? Well, I believe this is talking about specifically the time leading up to, it's really the church age, all the time leading up to the very hour of the rapture, prior to the rapture. So I believe that because it's saying as in the days of Noah. Well, the days of Noah were before the flood, while he was all the way up until the point that the ark was completed and it was time to flood the earth. People were eating, drinking, marrying, given in marriage until the day that Noah entered the ark. What's the day that we enter the ark? That's probably at the point where the flood comes, right? I believe that's probably the tribulation period. And it says, so also shall the coming of the Son of Man be, right? That's when you're either in the ark or you're going to be in the tribulation. You're going to be in the flood. It says, so two shall be in the field, one taken, the other left. Two women grinding at the mill, one taken, the other left. Who are the taken and who are the left? The people left would be the people left for the tribulation. The people taken are the people that are in the ark. So watch therefore, for you know not what hour your Lord doth come. But know this, that if the good men of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken into. Therefore be ye also ready, for you know, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. Who's the faithful and wise servant who the Lord had made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season? So he's talking about this faithful servant now, the good man over the house. This kind of harkens back to Noah, really, the story of Noah. He's he's that faithful servant. He was the one whom the Lord saw was righteous and decided to save his household. I'm sure, Noah was probably faithful with his sons, right? He was probably, it says that Noah was a preacher of righteousness. He was probably looking after his household, looking after his kids and their wives. It says, "Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, or the this faithful servant gives the gives them meat in due season." Right? He nourishes them, just like we preach to people we want, to the world, and definitely hopefully to our family, give them meat in due season. But if there's an evil servant that says in his heart, "The Lord delays his coming, and shall smite his fellow servants, eat and drink with the drunkards," there's a good opportunity that they are going to get caught up in the flood, right? And they're going to be appointed. They're going to be cut asunder and appointed a portion with the hypocrites, and there's going to be weeping, gnashing of teeth. The good man of the house is supposed to be watching over his house, right? Because then he would know in what hour or he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up, right? We have to be watching at all times, continue to preach the gospel to people. And yeah, I wanted to go back and read the account of Noah, because kind of it kind of aligns with this, two shall be in the field, the one taking the other left. Um, Two women grinding at the mill, the one taking the other left. Because when you go back to the story of Noah, it says, "And Noah went in, and his sons and his wife, and his sons' wives with them, into the ark because of the waters of the flood." Verse 9 of Genesis chapter 7, "There went into unto Noah into the ark, the male and the female, as God had commanded Noah." So you see that there is, and if you look at verse 2 as well in chapter 7 of Genesis, "Of every clean beast shalt thou take to thee by sevens, the male and his female, and of the beasts that are not clean by two, male and his female." So it's kind of the same thing. It's showing there's two, the number two shall be in the field, one taking the other left, two women grinding at the mill, one taking the other left. So, yeah, I believe this is speaking specifically about the church age, right? Who's a faithful and wise servant, who's giving people their meat in due season. Are you looking after your family? Are you looking after believers? Are you trying to go out and preach the message? Or are you an evil servant that smites his fellow servants, eats and drinks with the drunkards? Because we don't know the day or the hour. The Lord of that servant is going to come in the day when he looketh not for him, and the hour that he is not aware of. So we have to be on the watch. Don't let our houses be broken into. If the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched, and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as you think not, the Son of Man cometh. So, overall, what we have to do is for, what is the meat in due season? It's the gospel. Um, that's For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes on him shall not perish but have everlasting life. That's the only way to enter into the ark. That's uh, that's being a faithful servant. You got to give the right gospel. It's not a gospel of works. It's a gospel of grace. It's the free gift of eternal life through Jesus. What he did for us on the cross. And then gathering people onto the ark so the flood doesn't take them away. Going out preaching, like Noah, he was a preacher of righteousness. He was going out preaching to the world, hey, it's about to flood. Either get on the flood or get on the ark, or don't get on the ark. So, we ultimately don't know when the flood is coming, but we know we can get on the ark. So we don't really need to know when the flood is coming, do we? We just need to know the ark is completed, and it's well, if you believe, you're already on the ark, but we need to go and get other people onto the ark. So don't worry about the flood. Worry about being on the ark and getting people on the ark. But let me know what you think about that. Thanks.